justice and peace and equality.
Game Changers Magazine, Game Changers Media Network, Voices of the Village podcast, where change starts with conversation. We're back with another episode featuring Mr. Adrian Consonery Jr.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Georgia Secretary of State candidate, 2026, man. How you doing?
Doing fantastic.
Great, man. It's great to have you on the show. Who is Adrian Consonery Jr. and tell us why you run?
Well, I'm Adrian Consonery Jr. I'm running for Georgia Secretary of State because I believe in fair elections, making sure they're safe and secure and accessible.
All right.
Unfortunately, I had the experience of having my voice almost be denied.
Wow.
So back in 2020, I was voting in absentee, sent in my absentee ballot as I was a student at Grambling State University.
Okay.
And they said that I had 3 days to come back to the state to prove I was who I said I was, or else they were throwing out my vote.
Wow.
Now, I didn't say this in the beginning, but they challenged me for the primary and the general of that year.
Oh, wow.
And they said that it was because my signatures didn't match.
Okay.
And I'm like, okay, I know it was me that signed this.
Right.
And I'm pretty sure that, if you're an absentee, like if you try to get an absentee ballot, it's because you're going to be absent.
Correct.
So, it's just that context clues. I don't know. But they did that. So I started working in nonpartisan spaces in order to make sure that people's voices were heard all across the country, making sure that there were resources made available so that way they could have their voice be heard, but also so that way you knew how to hold their elected leaders accountable.
Wow.
And so I want to make sure to bring that same type of work ethic into our state government so that way people can trust our state government more than they have in the past.
Man. Now, tell us, what was that experience like? I mean, you had to go through an oppressive state, advocate, young future leader today, advocate for your personal rights, when mainly most young people are saying, hey, I'm going to mom and dad asking for this, but you decided to stand up on your own 2 feet and say, I want to fight. What made you do this, and not only do it for yourself, but mobilize the generation around you?
Well, and I will say this, because I am not better than anybody. Because the first person I called was my mama. I said, Mama! Mama, look at what they doing. Mama, what do I do? I ain't never did this before, Mama.
Right.
So I called them. I'm trying to figure it out. We worked together on making that happen. But of course, the initiative had to come from me understanding there is something wrong here.
Okay.
I remember growing up and going to vote with my parents.
Wow.
And I remember them taking me into the booth with them and them giving me their sticker. And then, of course, they'd get their own sticker afterwards. By the way, I've been across the country. Georgia has the best voter sticker ever. Like, everybody else's voter sticker ain't the same. Louisiana's voter sticker is a crawfish saying that you voted. Ain't nothing beat the peach. I'm sorry.
Okay.
But that's my own thing. But I realized at that moment that if we did not do something now, we would lose the ability later.
Okay.
And so, of course, I didn't want to be directly involved yet in politics. I thought, I might have time before I do something.
Okay.
But let me actually get involved in this nonpartisan field. Let me get involved in this way, in this regard. So I started my own nonprofit called Lifeline Initiative Incorporated.
Okay.
It's actually named after my line name. And I'll talk about that a little later, but it's focused on community development, vocational rehabilitation, and amplifying the voice of the people.
Okay.
And so through that, I became partners with a lot of other nonpartisan organizations.
Right.
And they have taken me everywhere. You name it, I probably worked with them. And we have always had a fantastic time using joy as our biggest weapon moving forward to get people involved in this type of thing. And so one of the trainings that I was actually able to be a part of which I'm forever grateful for, and this is by no means an endorsement. I want to say that if the IRS is listening, this is not an endorsement. Don't try to switch up my words. But the Transformative Justice Coalition has done such a fantastic job of mobilizing Gen Z and millennials around knowing how to be civically engaged in their own communities.
Oh, man.
And they work in tandem with a plethora of different organizations in order to make that happen. But they go forth into these communities and they let people know what is and what isn't the way that they can get involved.
Wow.
And by showcasing it to us, they train you. And they train you hard.
Yes.
You're filled with knowledge to the brink of almost exploding.
Okay.
And then they take you into the community and they say, you see that person? Go mobilize them. And then you go. You're ready.
Right.
So it's definitely something I thoroughly believe that like getting us involved now is a huge
and equality. Now the world they will see.